Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and today I am at the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida at a Deal Flow event at the Pipes Conference, having all kinds of fun. And my next interviewee or victim, or no, just playing, Tiz, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
All right, so I snagged you out of the crowd. I understand you're a co-founder, Unis.io. What brings you to the conference today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. We have a database of about 8 million US-based investors, and we help companies, stay public, get liquidity. So that's what brings me here, connecting with companies who are looking to grow in this space.
Now, have you been to a Deal Flow event before, or is this one of your first? Or
This is my first.
My first in person. What do you think so far?
It's amazing.
Not a bad venue, right? I mean, Hard Rock Cafe, like this, or Hard Rock Casino, excuse me, amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic. I think we just got handed over a $20 credit for the casino.
That's how they get you,
yeah.
right there.
I'm not a gambler, but I'll take it anyway.
That's amazing, amazing. So I saw the title co-founder. How did this project, Unis.io, how did this come about?
You know, like I guess most companies, it's the result of a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. My first career was as an investment banker. Then from that, it was kind of very natural to set up my own shop.
Yeah.
And then, just start working with companies, helping them interact with investors.
What do you think one of your favorite things about Unis.io is in running the company? Like, talk to me about like this has got to be amazing to help these investors like go to that, like cross that hurdle, like, and then to help those founders, like. You're a founder yourself. Talk to me.
Yes. The thing about the platform that we run, it's an ecosystem of sites. Unis is probably the flagship one. It's the fact that, you know, we are able to really relate to investors. We are not communicating to investors on financials that much. We're not communicating in a dry corporate way, but we have a very much a story-based approach to how we communicate with our investors. And from there, you know, we understand who's accredited, who's not accredited.
Yeah.
There's also, which is very topical at the moment, a lot of work being done with machine learning. Because we're fundamentally an email, outreach network, email has the benefit that you can really get close to your subscriber. You know exactly, what emails have been sent, what they've opened, what they've clicked. And sometimes, we also know if they've opened someone else's email that's not ours. So we have a lot of machine learning that goes under that, and in my opinion allows us to deliver outperforming campaigns for our clients.
What types of companies, what types of investors, like give me both sides of the coin, like who is appropriate to work with Unis, like who gets the most value?
They would typically be companies that have already gone public.
Yes.
And they are looking to acquire eyeballs, exposure, liquidity, but not overall kind of PR exposure. If they're looking to engage directly with investors who are going to go to their website, download some information, interact. What we do is very much, it's non-punctual. By that I mean, we don't do a one-off promotion for a company. That we find doesn't have the best results. We prefer to engage with our investor base and present interesting opportunities over a number of weeks and days.
Could you tell me a little bit about that? That's super interesting because I've seen other platforms and I think that is a differentiator. What do you mean by that? So just for those that are listening that maybe aren't aware, they haven't used a platform quite like yours, because you may not know that there's an alternative, right? Like
Absolutely,
that even exists. So please.
The bread and butter is, okay, well, we're going to issue a press release, or, we are going to buy a bunch of exposure.
That's like table stakes. We're in a casino right now. That's table stakes, right? That's your $20 coupon of like...
And you're hoping that you're going to make it big,
There
right?
you go. No, that's it. That's good.
Whereas what we do is we find that investors need typically 5 to 7 touches, sometimes up to 9 touches to warm up to the company. The big distinction that I always make is, we engage with our investors in a very different way from what e-commerce does, for example. E-commerce, you get a promotion, you buy the widget, the person will pull up the credit card and buy there and then, most of the time. Whereas what we do is more like long-term investor engagement, whereby, maybe today that person will receive, an overview of the company, and a couple of days later they will get a white paper, and then probably that investor will add the company on their watch list. And then it's important that the issuer there is consistent generating news releases, press releases, so that that person gets a notification and say, okay, well, this company, I've been watching it now. That I like what they're doing. I can see some news here is positive. Then I'm going to invest. And so that process, takes typically days and weeks. But it's so much more effective.
Yeah. And then also, as the company progresses, do you continue working with them like longer term? Like, what is an average for the company side of things? What's the average like length that you may work with a company?
It really depends on the company. Some companies, we will work for them for like a year plus. Depending what their goals are. Some companies will want to, they're already working with a number of advertising and technology platforms, and they say, hey, I want you to be the booster for what I'm doing, so I will engage you for 3 months or sometimes even less.
That's awesome. And so for a lot of business owners, a lot of companies, a lot of people that watch this program, how do companies get in touch, and how do they connect, and how do they see if it's a good fit for them to work with the platform?
Absolutely. Let's have an informal conversation. Frankly, we very much believe in long-term partnerships and quality over quantity. So a starting point is unis.io. There's a contact us section. There's an advertise with us section. And also feel free to reach out by email to myself. The email address is tg, so my initials, at unis, which is a website.io.
Fantastic. Well, for everybody watching and listening, just so you know, we'll put the links to that in the show notes, so you can just head right on over and check out the website. And speaking of the audience, if this is the first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, definitely hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. Tiz, I know I snagged you in the middle of the conference. I know you got a lot to do, man. Appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.